Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Do let me know if you can hear me.
Krishna Prabhu.
Fine. Thank you. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलानि श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाख अन्वितंश्च ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी कृष्णानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna everyone. I would like to welcome you all to our systematic study of Vedic scripture. In that we are reading Bhagavad Gita chapter 14 verse number 14, which I'm sharing on the screen. Anyone who is inspired would like to read, please proceed.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yada sattve pravaddetu pralayam yati deha brid tadottama vidham lokan amalan pratipadyate. Translation. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages. Purport. One in goodness attains higher planetary systems like Brahmaloka or Janaloka and there enjoys godly happiness. The word Amalan is significant. It means free from the modes of passion and ignorance. There are impurities in the material world, but the mode of goodness is the purest form of existence in the material world. There are different kinds of planets for different kinds of living entities. Those who die in the mode of goodness are elevated to the planets where great sages and great devotees live. Yes, Prabhuji.
Next one, please.
Rajasi pralayam gatva कर्मसङ्गीषु जायते तदा प्रालिनस्तमसि मूढा योनिषु जायते. Translation. When one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities, and when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. Purport. Some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. This is incorrect. According to this verse, if one develops the mood of ignorance, after his death, he is degraded to an animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by an evolutionary process to come again to the human form of life. Therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take to the mood of goodness and in good association transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. This is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to the human status. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for reading. This is a very, very important chapter which we can correlate ourselves more to understand why are we behaving strangely sometimes, sometimes normally, sometimes abnormally. And this chapter is discussing about the three modes of nature. Yeah, what are the three modes of nature? Nature means Prakriti. Nature also means our behavior, our character, our willingness. And here, this chapter is giving us a detailed understanding to a certain extent about that there are three modes of nature, which we know that is tamas, rajas, and sattva, or uh, mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness, respectively. And then in the previous verses, of course, it's been a while that we um are revisiting this chapter. Yeah. So I'll just kind of give a overview uh, uh, until this verse that Hemagori Mataji were reading. So it is giving us that what is mode of goodness, and every mode has a binding force. Guna means uh, it means nature. Guna also means it's a rope. Yeah, just like a ship is tied by a rope to anchor, and then it can't move. Similarly, we are also tied by a rope or invisible. Yeah, at least in the case of the ship, we can see, okay, it is standing still. It is not able to move. It is conditioned with a rope. Mm. But in our case, there is this binding forces, whether it is in the mode of goodness, whether it is in the mode of passion, or whether it is in the mode of ignorance. People usually think that, okay, if I am sattvic, that is nice. Yeah, you see so many um, uh, programs, so many seminars, so many um, uh, upanyasas, so many said that one should be in the mode of goodness. But this mode of goodness also, how can we stay in that? Unless there is a rope that can tie us, we can't stay in the mode of goodness also. And what is that mode of in the mode of goodness? What is the rope that is binding us? Is happiness, satisfaction. So happiness, satisfaction, knowledge, superiority. Hmm. There are these different senses, a feeling, a perception that okay, yeah, that is why people like to be in the mode of goodness because they are happy. Hmm. Because in the mode of goodness, the activities that we perform are good, and out of good we get good results. And when we get good results, we feel happy, we feel satisfied, we feel, oh, okay, I know what is right, what is wrong. So that sense of knowledge is also there, and this can also bind us because we think, hey, okay, now I have cracked the problem of this world. I know that if I am doing good karma, then I'll be happy. Yeah. If I do bad karma, then I'll be punished later. If not now, if not immediately, maybe not in this life, but in the next life. Come on, I have now understood what it means to be in the mode of goodness. And that way I have knowledge, I have uh, the key to the success or whatever it is, happiness, satisfaction, superiority. And in that way, we tend to be in that, mm, unlike people who are in passion. Mm. Because a person who is in the mode of goodness can see what is the what is the lifestyle of a person who is in the mode of passion or ignorance. He can understand a person who is in the mode of passion. What is his binding force to be in that? He's attached to fruitive activities. So he wants to do. He wants to invent. He wants to create so that he can enjoy more. Mm. And sometimes these things are not ethical. These things are not approved by the scriptures. But ultimate goal is to do what? To enjoy. And in the spirit of enjoyment, what one does is that he gets more bound up by the ropes of desire and attachment. So sometimes we think, okay, goodness is too good, is too dangerous. After all, if I only keep on doing good, it means a lot of sacrifice, lot of sacrifice. It means a lot of sense control. It means a lot of austerities. It means, yeah, can I ever see any happiness which others are seeing? I have seen so many people, they have earned a lot of money working every day, of course. Uh, they have worked hard, they have earned money, they are buying nice car, they are having nice house. Uh, and then the person who is in the mode of goodness, if he is in the position of goodness, he could continue understanding that that is, yeah, he may be happy now, but this is going to ultimately cause him suffer. Mhm. Whereas a person in the mode of passion, he doesn't care. He is not thinking about what is ethical, what is not ethical. He is only interested in earning more. Just uh, uh, if if a person who is greedy, a person who is greedy, he is dominated by the mode of passion. Uh, what is that? He wants to get it hook or crook. If you bring a person who is in the mode of passion, mm, in, and then every moment he's looking around and seeing what can he make out of it. Mm. If he sees a tree, he thinks, oh, how can I get more productivity of it, more fruits of from it, and then I can sell more. Uh, a person in the mode of goodness, he's seeing, okay, this the tree is teaching us so many lessons. It is full of knowledge. And then he's also seeing that, okay, this tree is going to give us shade, this is going to give us air. Uh, and he is more happy just mm, to enjoy the fruit rather than actually making it more out of it, to exploit it more. Mm. So, in that way, a person who is in the mode of passion, he's always driven by uh, doing more and more and more and more, and there is no end because a person who is earning 1,000 euros now, he wants to earn 5,000, and if he's earning 5,000, he wants to see how he can multiply that 5,000 into maybe 25,000. Uh, you know, or he may even have plans of, okay, not now, maybe 5, 10 years. Sometimes I come across these interview questions, right? What do you want to become after 5 years? A person who is very passionate, he would say, I want to become you. I want to become head of you. Why not? So, then a person who is in the mode of ignorance, he is also bound by a rope. This rope is all about madness. We can't understand him. And he thinks that, okay, he thinks that you guys are mad. A person who, I think, I don't know in which session we were discussing, a person who is mad thinks that a person in the mode of goodness or passion, they are mad because they don't know how to enjoy life. The enjoyment of life is simple, do nothing. Yeah? Why should I get up early in the morning? What is so special? What is there something to really push me hard? I can get up anytime. I can. Do I really need to work? I think things will happen. He can even bring some philosophical. I think this is also what we will discuss maybe in next sessions, where a person who is in the ignorance, he is full of madness. He is in laziness, and then he's dominated by sleep. So these are the binding ropes, and these ropes uh, are orchestrated. These ropes are orchestrating us how do we behave. Hmm? The characteristics of these gunas are that one is illuminating all the gates of the body with knowledge, which means he knows how to engage his senses. When we talk about Navadvara, 9 gates, so he knows what is the purpose of these gates. It's not like, okay, trying out something. Wow, no one had done this. Let me do it now. Which is more in the mode of passion. They are very intense,
Intense,
unlimited
unlimited
desires and
desires and
longings.
longings.
I'm hearing myself. And full of attachment. True to activities is the goal. They don't see anything beyond it. And the person who is in ignorance, what are his characteristics? Ignorance, delusion. If you tell one thing, you will tell 10 other things, saying, hey, if you tell something good, he will say, why should I do this? Uh, I will do my way. The people who are like this, right? I will do my way. They are, um, or why should I do? They have inertia, they have darkness in their thoughts. Yeah, you know this, what do you call them? Mm, dark world. Mm, yeah, so more prone to materialistic happiness. If I go, if I give €1, then I could get 1,000 euros for nothing. Let it come. If it doesn't come, okay. Whereas passionate person, he will make sure that he will get it, even more than that. A person in the mode of goodness, if he gives €1, he thinks, what is that? What what should come should come. Yeah, and this is the mm, behavior characteristics of a person who is in the mode of goodness. And Hemagori Mataji was reading us these two verses which are telling about death. Hmm. Usually, people do not want to discuss about death because it's very, very uh, uninteresting or kind of bewildering or scary sometimes. Whereas Krishna is speaking. Krishna is speaking. What he says, when one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages. Huh? So one in one in goodness attains higher planetary systems like Brahmaloka or Janaloka, and there enjoys godly happiness. So a person who is in the mode of goodness, he is maintaining a clean sheet. He's always in the thinking, okay, world is suffering. So let's do some humanitarian grounds, some activities, some surveys, uh, so that yeah, he's always mm, maintaining himself clean, and because of this, uh, there are other places where he can go and have a better facilities to enjoy. Yeah. And we see that Brahmalok or Janalok, there is even better facilities available. And here the word is Amalan, means free from the modes of passion and ignorance. Srimad Bhagavatam is called Amala Puran. Mala means, dirt. Mm. Amala means pure, spotless. So, did you join? I don't know, I'm hearing my own echo. Let's see. There are impurities in the material world, but the mode of goodness is the purest form of existence in the material world. Um, Sometimes we think that there are only these three, and the mode of goodness is already enough or the best. There are different kinds of planets for different kinds of living entities. Those who die in the mode of goodness are elevated to the planets where great sages and great devotees, will come to this later, live there. Hmm. Then the next one is maintained about people who are in the mode of passion attain earthly planets, and one who is in the mode of ignorance, they are born in the lower species. So when it is said, that one who dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. Hmm. Some people have impression that when soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down. Huh? Hmm. This is incorrect. According to this verse, if one develops mode of ignorance, after his death, he degrades to animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by an evolutionary process. Evolutionary process. Yeah. So what is that? Darwin law. What did he say? Theory of evolution, or what is it? Darwin's theory of. Yeah, I think he was telling about evolving. A butterfly, a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Using that, he says uh, humans have come from monkeys. Yeah. We are not talking about that evolutionary process here. Prabhupada is mentioning that one is taking birth as a worm. After he dies as a worm, then he goes to the next, to the next, and to the next. And then in that way, there are so many yonis, so many forms that he has to take birth. And finally, therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take to the mode of goodness in good association. Hmm. Yeah, and transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. So that is what we're talking about devotee. It is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to the human status. Hmm. This is the situation. Yeah. So anyone have any questions so far?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Someone? Yes, please.
Prabhuji, you said that if a person dies in the mode of goodness, he attains the high planets or mode of ignorance, the hellish
Mhm.
planets. So but we see also that a person, he may sometimes he behaves like in a mode of goodness, or sometimes he behaves in a mode of ignorance,
Mhm.
yeah, during his life, or does it decide at the end? I mean, what mode he possesses?
Yeah, good question. So what happens? Because a person he is always uh, yeah predominated by a mode of nature. Yeah, what Krishna is saying here is how you have predominated yourself. So if you have spent 90% of your activities in the mode of goodness, so you tend to die when you are in the mode of goodness. Yeah. Okay. Did that answer your question? Or
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
And when we are saying here it means we have to understand it that a person can simultaneously have 10% of goodness, 10% of passion, 10% or whatever remaining is ignorance. So then we see, okay, whatever is more dominant, that is what is predominating nature. And because this predominating nature is there, um, he may act in those ways. Yeah. And the way that he acts also depends on, I think the other way we were discussing, right? What was that? Karma, right? So there is also a karma that is manifesting, and the karma, along with the nature, when this combined together, that is what is going to happen next, isn't it? Yeah. So you are in Germany because of whatever you have done in the past. Hmm? And then when you are here, so that is a kind of your, um, I don't know what, if you are familiar with astrology, then there is something called birth chart. Yeah, there is a birth chart, which is kind of when you are born, at what time, what planetary systems were there, in which places, and what are the influences of it. This is one thing, and that will be there. Hmm? That will tell you what kind of person you are, and uh, whether you will at the end you will get liberation, or uh, what kind of suffering, and all those things are there, right? This is one thing based on the karma. And then there is also something called Gochar. Hmm? Gochar means what is happening is as the planetary systems are moving, yeah. So it's not like a static thing. It's also like, okay, then there is, okay, so and so planet is moving and he will be in so and so place in your lagna and for so and so time, right? And then because of that, there is also further influences. Yeah, whatever as per the birth chart is one thing, reference to understand about you, what is going to happen. But then there is also this gochar, yeah, this graha, uh, sanchar. Based on their sanchar, there is also some other details which are not the same as the one that you refer to the birth chart. And then there is also further. Okay. So in that way, you're already okay. Your karma, mm, which is manifesting in form of the astrological situation where you are put into, and then situations, and then the way that you are acting. mm. But then this can be cut. This can be cut, especially if you become a devotee. When you become a devotee, what is happening? Though all these things are there, there is this influence of your own birth chart, and your also these planets that are moving into your lagna and all these things. But what is also happening is there is another factor that is coming into play, which is the mercy of the Lord. Hmm. And then we see so many instances in the past also where, though a person is destined to go through something, then when he becomes a devotee, these things are happening in different way. It's not that it's not happening at all; it happens, but it's happening in different way, where you see the hand of the Lord, and then um, unless we really totally surrender, yeah, where Krishna is saying Sarva Dharma Padignyasya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. If that level of surrender is there, then to that level Krishna is saying, ha, don't worry, all your karma I'll take. But if not, then there is still karma. And but Krishna, out of his mercy to his devotees, he is still minimizing those things. So, I mean, coming back to your question, whether a person will be in a mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, yeah. If you are not talking the influence of the Lord, His mercy, because he has not become a devotee, then he is just going under the influence of this mode of passion, ignorance, goodness. Passion, ignorance, goodness. Sometimes two are dominating, sometimes one is dominating. In that way, I read somewhere there are kind of 81 combinations. Yeah, we see that it's 3, 3, 5, 3 is 9, but this 9 is again combined with something else. Yeah. So in that way, a person is dominant. Huh? How do we know that? Okay, a person is in a mode of passion when he died. Mm. We can see with all whatever deeds he has done. That is what is his conditioning, right? He gets habit. Hmm? If we talk about habits, are these habits coming because of karma? Hmm? Yeah, Adresa Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yes or no?
The habits, because the influence of the material nature.
Yeah, but not karma. So what happens
Yes.
is the material nature, the karma is only putting you into a situation because of your planets or whatever. But because you are taking it to it, mm, you are just accepting that conditioning with your free will. What is happening is that you are getting habituated, and because of that habit, what is happening? You're creating your future, and that again goes into your spin of karma. Mm. So what is happening is that with our karma, we are put into in this world which is influenced by or conditioned by the modes of material nature, and because of this modes of material nature, we act in such a way that we are creating our future blueprint. And then, yeah, based on our strong desire, actually, what Krishna is saying, Antakale Chamam. So if someone remembers me at the end of his life, then he comes to me. But if you don't remember him, what is happening? Hmm? There should be a desire, right? That desire is going to take us to the next life, next body. And what is that desire we call? It is predominating. What do you call it? It is the desire that is predominated by the predominating modes of nature. You're getting the point? If you want to become more rich, this is what you have been having. That is what you were dreaming, and it didn't happen. And then when you die, what is happening? Hmm? You may have some goodness, but that goodness is going into a corner, right? It goes into a side corner because your passion is more dominant.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, correct. Prabhuji. Thank you.
I don't know. A long answer, but I think in short, the summary is whatever you are in predominated, that is what will going to happen in that moment. That's why, people are very careful. Hmm? We should be very careful how we lead our life. We should be very, very precise to understand that this life I have to give serious thoughts. I can't mess up every moment. It is very important. Uh, it doesn't come back. All this is very nice philosophical. We know, we have seen and all. But what am I doing? If I understand all these things and seriousness of them, then what should I do? What should I do is very seriously engage in the way of getting out of it. Otherwise, what will happen when he dies? If he is in a mode of passion, what will happen? In the goodness, what happens? Ignorance, what happens? Krishna is telling. And uh, when we have this knowledge, we know where to go, what to do, right? Yeah. Anyone else have a question? Parth Prabhu clear?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yeah, it's clear. Thank you. Thanks.
Hmm. Others, I'm not specifying name, but just anyone else? Then Jayashree Mataji, can you read the verse 16? Can you on mute or not? Ram Raghav Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Ramraga Prabhu is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, can he read? Okay. Yeah, please read.
कर्मणा सुकृत साहु सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजसस्तु फलं दुःखं ज्ञानं तमस फलम्.
Very nice.
Translation: The result of pious action is pure and is said to be in the mode of goodness. But action done in the mode of passion results in misery, and action performed in the mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Shall I read the purport also, Prabhuji?
Maybe one paragraph you can read.
Yeah. The result of pious activities in the mode of goodness is pure. Therefore, the sages, who are free from all illusion, are situated in happiness. But activities in the mode of passion are simply miserable. Any activity of material happiness is bound to be defeated. If, for example, one wants to have a skyscraper, so much human misery has to be undergone before a big skyscraper can be built. The financier has to take much trouble to earn a mass of wealth, and those who are slaving to construct the building have to render physical toil. The miseries are there. Thus, Bhagavad Gita says that in any activity performed under the spell of the mode of passion, there is definitely great misery. There may be a little so called mental happiness, I have this house or this money, but this is not actual happiness.
Yeah, thank you. Radhikali Mataji, can you read next?
As far as the mode of ignorance is concerned, the performer is without knowledge, and therefore all his activities result in present misery, and afterwards he will go on towards animal life. Animal life always Animal life is always miserable. Although, under the spell of illusory energy, Maya, the animals do not understand this. Slaughtering poor animals is also due to the mode of ignorance. The animal killers do not know that in the future the animal will have a body suitable to kill them. That is the law of nature. In human society, if one kills a man, he has to be hanged. That is the law of the state. Because of ignorance, people do not perceive that there is a complete state controlled by the Supreme Lord. Every living creature is a son of the Supreme Lord, and he does not tolerate even an ant's being killed. One has to pay for it. So, indulgence in animal killing for the taste of the tongue is the grossest kind of ignorance. A human being has no need to kill animals because God has supplied so many nice things. If one indulges in meat eating, anyway, it is to be understood that he is acting in ignorance and is making his future very dark. Of all kinds of animal killing, the killing of cows is most vicious because the cow gives us all kinds of pleasure by supplying milk. Cow slaughter is an act of grossest type of ignorance. In the Vedic literature, Rig Veda 9.46.4, the words Gobi Prinita Matsaram indicate that one who, being fully satisfied by milk, is desirous of killing the cow is in the grossest ignorance. There is also a prayer in the Vedic literature that states Namo Brahmanaya Devaya Go Brahmanaya Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. My Lord, you are the well-wisher of the cows and the Brahmanas, and you are the well-wisher of the entire human society and world. Vishnu Purana 1.19.65. The purport is that special mention is given in that prayer for the protection of the cows and Brahmanas. Brahmanas are the symbol of spiritual education, and cows are the symbol of the most valuable food. These two living creatures, the Brahmanas and the cows, must be given all protection. That is real advancement of civilization. In modern human society, spiritual knowledge is neglected and cow killing is encouraged. It is to be understood then that human society is advancing in the wrong direction and is clearing the path to its own condemnation. A civilization which guides the path, which guides the citizens to become animals in their next lives, is certainly not a human civilization. The present human civilization is, of course, grossly misled by the modes of passion and ignorance. It is a very dangerous age, and all the nations should take care to provide the easiest process, Krishna consciousness, to save humanity from the greatest danger. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
We come to the activities of people who are in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, and then it's quite scary, right? It is that one who is in the mode of goodness, hmm, his activities are pure, right? Is pure. Therefore, the sages who are free from all illusion are situated in happiness. The problem is that we think these activities are not giving me immediate happiness. Hmm. If someone is saying do a yajna and or do a japa, come on, do meditation, all these things, right? So if you ask me, these are nice to hear from a theory point of view. Okay, maybe those days it was possible, people were doing in the mode of goodness, but now in 21st century, mm, goodness is not appreciated. Hmm? How many of you have heard this? Yeah, come on, you can't be old school guy. You need to change for the uh, uh, time that we are living. So yeah, we can be little okay. If we speak lie, there is that's not a problem. Hmm. Telling lies, okay, come on, is not a big problem. So in that way, what people do is, of course, the influence of age of Kali Yuga is also there, where people think there is also no need to be in the mode of goodness. Hmm. If I can be, oh, when there is no provocation, when there is no pressure, then okay, if I'm getting whatever I want, I can be in the mode of goodness. But as soon as when my plans are messed up, when whatever I want is not achieved, then it's okay. I can go from mode of goodness to mode of passion. I mean, I'm talking even about myself. Yeah, sometimes when we go to the temple, yeah, until until we feel, oh, it's a big line now. I need to find a way out. So maybe some shortcuts so that I can go with some special darshan. Okay, special darshan, if you pay, it's still authorized, right? But then we go, okay, maybe I find some priest, and if I find a priest, giving him some, okay, after all, I'm helping that priest. So we always find justifications through which we will do what we want. But here, what did Ratikeli Mataji read was there is one who is making note what is right, what is wrong, what are we doing, correct or wrong. Who are we to judge? Huh? We are living not in our own world, right? Uh, we are not living in our own country. We are living in the world which is created, manifested by the Supreme Lord. So he has rules and regulations, and his rules and regulations he is not hiding. He is openly telling through Manusmriti and everything. It is there, and we should follow them. If we follow them, we are in a mode of goodness, and if we are in a mode of goodness, what we will do is we'll be happy. If not now, but at least we'll be happy later. Why? Because if you see in Ramayana, if you see in Mahabharata, we see that the Pandavas, yeah, in Mahabharata, underwent lot of trouble, but they didn't move from the mode of goodness, or even you can even say in the mode of uh, devotional, which is mode of Suddha Sattva. Yeah, so they were representing us a way how a true king should be, like Yudhishthir Maharaj we see they didn't. It's not like okay, Satya Yuga times are very different, very long ago. Satya Yuga, but what about now? Treta Yuga. Oh no, that's also far. But okay, Dwapar Yuga is not that far. Yeah, just 5,000 years back. If we're talking about 5,000 years back, and we see that there were so many difficulties. Mm. And in spite of so many difficulties, where so many insults were happening, so many revengeful vengeance was there, everything if you go through. But yeah, Pandavas, they didn't move from uh, this mode of goodness. They were pure. And ultimately, what happened? Satyameva Jayate and Dharma. Uh, Dharma has, uh, because it is Lord who is establishing Dharma. It is the Lord who is maintaining Dharma. And in a way, we can see that it's Lord who is set it up, right? And the Lord is who is going to maintain it. And then his devotees are supporting to maintain it. And they'll always be happy. But then the activities in the mode of passion are simply miserable. They might look very nice, just like eating sweets for, yeah, it's nice. It's you are immediately getting result. Yeah, you are getting immediately. There are some, yeah, now doctors can help me, but there are some special hormones that are released, and these hormones make you feel you are very, very happy. Yeah, but these hormones will not last forever. When the time is up, then you will again feel, okay, uh, maybe we may eat few, and after a few, then we say, oh, it's enough. Or we may achieve some success. We think, oh, this is not what I wanted. I want more. So, and because there is a frustration, mm, that eventually will come because we, we we cannot get everything whatever we want. Mm. Even if we work very hard, sometimes we don't get what we want, and it can lead to miserable conditions. And any activities for material happiness is bound to be defeated. Prabhupada is saying here that one wants to have a skyscraper, so much human misery has to be undergone before a big skyscraper can be built. Hmm. The financier has to take much trouble to earn a mass of wealth, and those who are slaving to construct the building has to render physical toil. So this means it's a lot of effort, lot of effort. Oh, come on. After all, we should work hard. Karma, we should perform lot of hardships. But what is a guarantee that after doing all these things, are we going to enjoy? Huh? Maybe a big skyscraper has come, which took 5 years for us to build. And after 5 years, what is our position? Are we in a position to enjoy? Hmm? We may not. We may not even enjoy what effort we have put. In the end, it is going to the next generation or not even next generation. Some guy will come and put, okay, it's so cool. Hmm? Let me, what do you call this? Kabza in English. Let me occupy. Mhm. Let me
Somebody will snatch it,
grabbing. What is it called? What
grab
is
it.
it grabbing? What is it called? There is a word used in terms of grabbing or taking away the property.
Land grabbing.
Land grabbing. Okay. Yeah. So something like that. Yeah. I heard a example where a person who has, you know, he has five big buildings. Yeah, and five big buildings and that he constructed or got it and or bought it whatever, and then every day in the morning he gets up. Yeah, yeah, after all, what is the purpose of having so many? Yeah, that you get money, that you can take rest, right? You can enjoy. But this guy, what he has to do is he has to get up early in the morning, uh, have his tea ready, drink, take his breakfast, and then at 9 o'clock he gets into his car, and you know where does he go? Huh? Not to collect money. Come on, it's after all his money that he's going to get, but he has to go to the court because some people will put some case against whatever he has. Yeah, there is a lawsuit. What is it called? Yeah, there's something. Um some guy will put some case. Yeah, so all the time what he does is he has to go to the court session after session, and you know civil courts in India how much time they take, right? It's not so quick. So where is the happiness? Hmm. You might think that, hey, maybe I'm painting only the downside of it. How many people will really have this problem? Now you can tell me how many people would, what would be the probability of such situations, especially in Kali Yuga? Hmm? What are the chances that, okay, these things won't happen? Very less. The more and more we are in Kali Yuga, the more and more people want to um, earn easy money. Just you do everything, I'll take it. I'll have a lot of power, and then a lot of mafia scams and all these things. So in the end, yeah, you may think that, oh, I have very ethically have earned money, I have very ethically constructed it. There is no guarantee that, yeah, we will enjoy. What is this called? Uh, Prabhupada is mentioning. What did he say? Yeah, any activity for material happiness is bound to be defeated. Mm. We have to remember this. Remember this whenever we are doing something. The miseries are there. Thus, Bhagavad Gita says that in any activity performed under the spell of mode of passion, there is definitely great misery. There may be a little so-called mental happiness. Uh, Another example is, come on, let me not have five houses. I only have one desire, one small house. After all, shouldn't I have it? Uh, okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, because after all, we have accepted Grihast ashram, we have accepted a responsibility, so we'll have a house. Hmm. What is happening? Yeah, I think I don't know. When I was in engineering, I heard to Harikatha in a temple, and the the one who was telling me gave a very nice example. He said, in the end, one is earning, he is with great effort earning money, and then mm, he he buys a house and does a Griha Pravesh, and he invites all the guests. And when all the guests have come, yeah, it's very very electrifying vibe. Yeah, it's so nice to have. And after everyone leaves, the Yajamani, the householder and his wife, when they sleep and then they see the sky, they'll only see what? The loan that they have taken, the mortgage that they have to repay. Yeah, it's not okay. Wow, wow, such a nice program. It's nice house. Yeah, that may be there. Yeah, but how long it will be there? Maybe few days. But what will immediately come is the the, the mortgage that he has to clear, and then he's also worried because what will happen if he cannot clear? Uh, there will be someone who will come and take the property. All these things. I'm just kind of making it more scary, but yeah, these thoughts will cross our mind, right? So there may be little mental happiness. The mental happiness is when, yeah, we forget hmm, the suffering for that moment. But then there is, okay, there's always this, right? How many people have went to depression, especially during COVID time when the jobs were, a lot of people were laid off. A lot of people were worried because they took a property which is like 1 crore, 2 crores, and they have to pay EMI of few a lakh or so. And when there is no income, I have my own friend. This even before COVID itself it happened. He got a job quickly and he took a loan. He bought in center of the city, very nice 1 BHK. And then after 2 years, then he was fired because of some recession. And then 90,000 per month he has to pay. Hmm. Yeah, it's not good. That is one. So in that way, the people who are in the mode of passion, they will suffer. And now we go through what is the suffering of people who are in the mode of ignorance. Ignorance means the performer is without knowledge, and therefore all his activities result in present misery, and afterwards he will go on towards animal life. It is not only he will suffer now. Yeah. A person who is in the mode of ignorance, he doesn't know what to do, what not to do, right? Just like a person who doesn't know the traffic rules, uh, it's very dangerous. Uh, he might think, okay, no one is watching, or he might think that, okay, that's okay, I can do it, but a slight risk can screw up. And then here, it's very nicely, Prabhupada is mentioning about animal killers. Animal killers do not know. that in the future the animal will have a body suitable to kill them. Huh? As we are referring to this law of nature that is set up by whom? Did India set up? Did Germany set up? Did the US set up? No, it is set up by law by the Lord, which is perfect. We may we may do some crime in India, and we can escape from India. Yeah, we start living in Switzerland or some other country where they can happily um, yeah, they can live without have to go into the jail and suffer and punishments. Yeah, but law of the Lord is not like that. The Lord is calculating, counting everything that we are doing, and killing animals is very, very dangerous for our own self. Why? Because by killing animal, what are we doing? Huh? Here it said that everyone is children, are children of the Lord. Where did it say? Um, every living creature is a son of the Supreme Lord, and He does not tolerate even an ant being killed. So we may think that okay, I'm not killing. I mean, especially people who are thinking, okay, meat eating is okay. Yeah, I think Hemagori Mata, did you forward me that there was a preacher or some guy who was telling meat eating is okay? Uh, hmm, I don't know. Someone shared that saying, hey, okay, after all, how can everyone become Brahmin? Hmm, Someone should be Kshatriya, someone should be Vaishya, someone should be Shudras. What kind of message it is? Why should someone be in the mode of ignorance? Huh? Why should someone lead a life of in the mode of ignorance when he can opt to be in the mode of goodness? He should do it. Otherwise, what will happen? Not only his current life is messed up, his next life is messed up because he becomes an animal. And now that preacher, can he guarantee that he will still be a human? No, he can't. Why? Because Krishna is boldly telling. Huh? Who can tell uh, uh, better than Krishna? Krishna is the Adi Guru. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. And if someone comes and just tell, it doesn't mean anything. Krishna is clearly saying what? That if one is in a mode of ignorance, then his next life is animalistic life. He will become animal. And if one indulges in meat eating anyway, it is to be understood that he is acting in the ignorance and is making his future very dark. Of all kinds of animal killing, the killing of cows is most vicious. Come on, in India, I think even um, in Hyderabad, right? I hear that there is a special appetite for eating cow meat. Yeah, uh, and they eat. God, what will happen to them? Cow slaughter is an act of grossest type of ignorance. So we are living in a world where there is also grossest type of ignorance. How to protect ourselves? By taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, taking shelter of Bhagavad Gita, by being Krishna conscious. Through the process of Krishna consciousness, what we are doing is we are protecting ourselves. Otherwise, the world is so dangerous. Everyone is thinking that he is right. They are doing whatever they want. Hmm? And then the people being in uh, what do you call it? One who has followers, they are more responsible to give good to the society. So it's very, very important. You can't just think that everyone, whoever has wants saffron or whoever has become a, what do you call this? Uh, Not a preacher, what do we call this? Who can comment on great scriptures, thinking that, hey, he's excellent. Yeah, he can remember so many verses. He can, without any, he can speak without any break. No, you should understand. We can't just go and sit. Yeah, if you come and hear to me, if I have 50 followers, I think, oh, then the 51 guy will think, oh, he has 50 followers, let me also join. And in that way, I may have 500 people. And if whatever I'm speaking is nonsense, all the people are affected. So yeah, it's a very important, responsible role that when we have followers, we should understand that yeah, we should bring them closer to Krishna. Anyway, so so that is one thing, yeah, which we can also see here. And cow slaughter is not at all. Yeah. Yeah. Why should one do that? One may think that okay, I am not doing it. I'm not doing it. Am I cutting the animal? No, it's someone else who is cutting the animal. But why is he cutting? Uh, he is cutting, but who is eating? Because people who are there to eat, that's why there is a business. And then there is, one may think, hey, this is livelihood. Just like someone is cutting fruits, I can cut meat. There's a huge difference between meat eating and fruit eating. Hmm. The fruit eating is approved by Krishna. We don't need to discuss further because when Krishna himself is saying that this food is sattvic, yeah, we just do it. We don't have to kind of sign. How much intelligent are we to scientifically prove that yes or wrong? When Krishna is saying that is authority. That is real advancement of civilization. In modern human society, spiritual knowledge is neglected and cow killing is encouraged. It is to be understood that human society is advancing in the wrong direction and is clearing the path to its own condemnation. A civilization which guides the citizens to become animals in their next lives is certainly not a human civilization. The present human civilization, where there are people who are also promoting such a kind of meat eating, that is because of predominating mode of passion and ignorance. It is a very dangerous age, and all nations should take care to provide the easiest process, Krishna consciousness to save humanity from the greatest danger. Thank you. Any questions or anything anyone want to comment or add?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, maybe one question. Uh, Sometimes even in, I mean, even after becoming devotees also, I think we have to take care that mode of passion doesn't uh, doesn't enter our attitude, because sometimes during home programs or maybe during temple
Hmm.
services,
Okay.
unknowingly or knowingly, even devotees will exhibit mode of passion. Uh,
Hmm.
but is it okay to exhibit that in the service of Krishna? Because there we are attached to the result that okay, this program should go fine, or this prasadam should taste better. Everybody should like it. What I am preparing, or sometimes in during services also, uh, maybe some devotees, they are not okay to share their service. Maybe it can happen in that heat of the moment.
Okay.
So how do we
So,
ensure?
so first we need to understand, are we affected by passion?
Hmm.
Yeah. So are we affected by passion? Yeah. So it is very important that we need to understand the science of devotion. When you are saying
Hmm.
about services, we should understand that yes, we need to practice devotion, but then we have to leave aside. Just like if someone is diving into a swimming pool, yeah, will he put all his jacket? No, he removes all those and then he jumps in, right? He says, no, no, no. So similarly, when we are coming and taking up any service, yeah, swimming was just one, but when we are taking any activity, we have to understand what is needed for that activity. Uh, what qualities are needed? What qualities are needed? Humbleness. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
When we are humble, we understand that okay, service takes priority. Hmm? When we are humble, we see what is the best way we can do it. And then we take up a service. And when we take up a service, then what will happen is that, okay, when we are together, there's a bigger problem. Yeah, when it is all alone, that is okay. All alone means I can do my own thing as per I want, as per my emotions, as per my feelings, as per all individual. There is no problem. Yeah, yeah. But when we come together, then what happens is that we have to be extra careful because now there is a chance of we are stepping on someone's shoes, isn't it? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then how to do service? Then we have to understand that okay, we take that is the reason where we have when we are working as a team, then there is someone who is going to give us service, or we may ask, can we do service? It's not like okay, everyone is doing, I will do this, I'll do it. There is some kind of agreement. All of us together will take, right? Or do, isn't it? No, there is
Yes, Prabhuji.
a kind of agreement like, okay, let me do this, let me do this. No, no, who are you to do that? Who are you to do this? If these things are coming, what is coming? Our own or shortcomes are coming. Our own conditioning is coming. Yeah, we are more of passion. Yeah. So we should understand that is it that because of our own anarthas am I dealing like this? Or is it because of okay others anarthas we are dealing like this? So we have to understand that. And at any point we still have to maintain etiquettes. Hmm? It's not like okay, no, I am right. Dina Prabhu, come on. Who are you to tell I am right because I have been in this since 15 years. I know what is right. Huh? Never tell to me. Who are you to tell to me? So all these things make you can understand. Oh, this guy is dominant by mode of passion and mode of ignorance. So you know, okay, this person, it's very dangerous to be in his association, right? So you are also advancing, right? So you can understand that okay, a person who is in the mode of passion, how you have to be careful, okay. And then when it comes to your own self, you will oh, come on. If I have all these problems when I am engaging in service, hmm, then what is happening? Uh, so your initial question was then what to do, right? As a person, you have what to do, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So should you give up the service or should you actually continue? Because after all, it's your opportunity, right? So we have to see that who should be free. Hmm? Why are we doing this service? We are doing this service for pleasing
Krishna.
Krishna,
Yeah, pleasing Krishna.
Krishna and his devotees. Usually, we only take Krishna in the picture, right? We want to serve Krishna and his devotees, and this devotees is kind of very bothering, yeah, and very difficult. Yeah, Krishna, I think he understands me, yeah, because I have done so. He knows, he can understand, but devotees cannot understand me. That is a big problem. So what to do? Huh? Let me show that, oh, I have done everything. So in this showing spirit, what will happen is that we are actually becoming a showpiece rather than actually engaging in our service. So that's why people will have these problems. We have to understand that, okay, a person is affected by passion, a person is affected by ignorance. Okay, so he would may have this. But if you as a devotee, uh, what you should see is that okay, what is that good thing that is there in the person that makes him still a devotee that pleases Krishna, and then you can appreciate that, right? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
And when we can see on those lines, we are doing two things. One is that we are careful not to mess up, not that we intentionally hurt other person. At the same time, we are also appreciating the other person, whatever little he's doing, whatever that he's doing, something I can't even do. If we can appreciate, if we can find out what is that something else someone is doing, then our appreciation for the person increases, and then we are fine. Okay, these things are we are common. For a human, this is normal. A person can do this. Yeah, that is okay. You have to be careful. Just like an infectious person, you have to be far away. Yeah, you have to maintain a condition, a kind of a distance. But at the same time, you should have compassion, and at the same time, you have appreciation. Yeah, because at least he doesn't have this disease. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji. Uh, but in general, for my own self, how do we ensure that okay, the mode of passion is not there within me by increasing the quality of chanting or by through service?
Okay.
What do you say, Prabhuji?
Easier question is, what should I do if I have a mode of passion?
I mean, how a devotee will gauge himself or herself that the mode of passion is not high within his or her heart?
Very easy. It's very, very, very easy. Yeah. Just if we make a list of what we have done during the day, yeah,
Hmm.
then honestly reflecting on it and honestly judging on those, how we have done, we ourselves know that, oh, because of this, I have hurt someone. Because of
Hmm.
this, I did something. We are, mm, we know, yeah, we are not in a position to accept it. It's not that we don't know. We have intelligence enough that we know did we do it properly or not. But usually we tend to not accept it because we always want to justify, because we always, when there is a mistake, I mean, there is a whole, I mean, what to your question now, there is a whole breakdown. What are the steps one should take so that he can avoid such a situation? Hmm. And one simple tip is already that when we reflect ourselves, when we introspect ourselves, then we find, okay, we, yeah, how many times do you want to repeat? Dinath Prabhu? Hmm. One side, we know that there is a goal. What is that goal? We have to be humble. We know that what we have to become pure. If we really are serious that that goal is there, what we will do? Hmm?
Yeah, we will take the necessary
Yeah,
steps
we'll be
towards the
serious.
goal.
We will be serious to reflect. Yeah, we will be very serious. Okay, this is what I have done all the day. Did I do something wrong? Did I hurt others? Or did I didn't do the service properly? And that is the reason where we have these mentors and guides or spiritual master. They support us to see, because sometimes we cannot see ourselves what I did. Hmm? But we can cross check. Okay, this is what I have done. And what do you say? Is it right or wrong? And most of the time, usually it is said initial days, initial phase of our life or devotion is more about becoming more sensitive to feedback. Yeah, it is just like you are just uh, going to take off from the airport, your flight. Initially, there's a lot of checks, right? There's so many checks before you can even start. Lot of checks are there. After you sail, is there something they do? They do even turn autopilot. Let that do the job. Don't do the autopiloting for a takeoff. At least I didn't hear. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So autopiloting comes when we mature ourselves, when we can sense, when we come to understand traits and how the people are in devotion, with whom can we associate, with whom we have to be careful, with what level of, yeah, all these things come through maturity. But that maturity will come by whom? By observing others who are already, yeah, guiding. That's why Radheshyam Prabhu says, yeah, one should be very, very, even for a matter of even reading books, yeah, for anything, mentor should be there, so that through the mentor one can take instructions, because initial days we need that care. Otherwise, one may do whatever he wants. He may read whatever he likes. Uh, so it's just like an elephant coming, and you know what elephant can do, right? Huh? Hmm? Elephant, if it just comes on a field, like can simply trample everything. The fields are messed up. It may come only for sugarcane, to eat that sugarcane sticks, but it will mess up the whole field. So initially, when we don't have this discipline, when we don't have some, um, yeah, what may happen is that we may mess up everything. The question may come, what is this initial? Where does this end? Right? I don't know if, yeah, this question comes up. Until when should we do it? Until when should we be, when can that autopilot situation come? That autopilot situation is very, very far. When we can regulate ourselves properly, when four regulative principles are followed properly, when all the books are read properly, when all services are done properly, and when the spiritual master is saying, hey, yeah, you can fly your own flight. Until then, one has to. Even for that, if you see Ramayana, right, when Ram was lifting the bow uh, in Sita's Swayamvar, he saw Vishwamitra Muni three times or four times. I don't know exact. So first time he was paying obeisances. Second time he was seeing if his guru is going to tell something. Third time he took permission, and fourth time then he lifted. And now we are talking about Lord Ram, who knows everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think this autopilot example will come only when we become pure devotees.
yeah. Autopilot. No, but if you see in Prabhupada's case, we see that so many his disciples have done autopilot business.
Hmm.
because they had a very clear understanding of his guru, what his guru really wanted, and then they started doing, and their purity, and everything. So we see so many have done. They have seen only once or twice Srila Prabhupada. Hmm. But yeah, at least when we have a privilege, we should not have to really take such a yeah. There will come a stage where you have to do your own. Yeah, in that case also we cannot call it as autopiloting. Hmm. We can still say with great care they have dealt in such big projects. The other day I was hearing when Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, when he came to Russia. Hmm. Yeah, Russia is a territory which is not normal. Hmm. Communism was there, and when it left, then Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was very instrumental in establishing so many centers in Russia. Hmm. Prabhupada gave him Diksha, made him disciple, but he took it to a great extent that, okay, what is the desire of his guru, and then he did it. Or Jaipadak Maharaj, yeah, we know he initiates uh, many villages. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Are there any other questions? We stop. Actually, I was thinking we could. What did we read? Only 16, right? Okay, this also takes some time. Let's stop here, but I'll be happy if there are some more questions. We can talk maybe for 5-10 minutes before we wrap up. Any other questions? Anyone? Hmm? Whether you're talking on mute or thinking, maybe then I ask another question. Then, okay, what do we want to take from this session? Or shall I repeat the session?
Yeah, Hare
Audible?
Krishna, Prabhuji. I think this chapter is a very important chapter in Bhagavad Gita, because this reflects, I mean, the things that we have to take care, we have to nourish, and how do we go ahead in our devotional path. And it also has a lot of scientific aspects as well, that why meat eating should be prohibited, because people who reject this aspect, they are also rejecting the day-to-day science also, because they are not looking into either into scriptures nor into the science. So this is quite an important and very practically translated by Srila Prabhupada. So yes, Prabhuji. So it's quite an important chapter for any person, maybe who hasn't touched Bhagavad Gita, but they can still go through the chapter to understand how we are affected by these three modes, and every problem that we see in the newspaper every day are caused by one of violation of one of the four regulative principles. I mean, all problems are structured in that, like violation of one of the uh, four regulative principles.
Yeah,
Yes, Prabhu.
very nice.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. So I can say, so we should be, what I take over that, we should be very careful that we don't live the life carefully. Then the danger is there at the end, also in this life. So should be very careful. Yeah.
Hmm. At least it scared us, yeah, to be more careful. Yeah. Thank you. Others?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think very nice session, and also this brings us to the session of today. Rascaldom versus real wisdom. So looking forward for your session today in that temple, Prabhuji. But definitely, as Dinath Prabhu said, most of the issues that we see in the paper and also in our lives is because of not following the core regulative principles, and especially in this part of the world with this meat eating, and especially the cow slaughter, it's like a real pain. And I think beautifully Prabhupada had summarized it, Prabhuji. And one thing that I liked in what Dinath Prabhu told us, like, you don't really have to have the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita to read and understand this chapter. And even for any common person, this is a good read. So,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Others? Yes, for some it was a horror movie. What about others? Yeah, if nothing to share, then I have other questions. May I know how is your japa going? How is chanting going? Adirasa Prabhu, I heard you attended Mahatma Prabhu's retreat, right? Maybe you want to share something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. So it really helped. I mean, from that day, I'm trying to improve the japa. So I realized that most of the time I was doing japa in a bad way, so which gives nothing. So
Mhm.
how important is it to have the japa with the right mood, with the right attention, not just doing japa, but the mood should be uh, in a prayerful mood, that we should do pray before starting japa. So we should bring our consciousness like a beggar, or like a crying child. So it should be in a praying mode, the japa. So the lecture was very nice. I think if we hear, then we can really get the benefit. I think Mahatma Prabhu all gives so many lectures on basically japa session. So how to he shared his experience, 54 years of experience. So what we should do, what we should not do during japa before starting japa.
Yeah, very nice. Someone else also joined from here, or was it only you?
Yeah, I mean, from I was there and
Was
some temple devotees were there.
okay. Mhm.
I think it was
Very
on a
nice.
weekday. So yeah, because
What are our datas doing, Prabhu?
Hare
Uh,
Krishna, Prabhu.
mm,
Yeah, so uh, uh, even I mean today, I mean yesterday I came back from India. So during my stay in India, there were few days which were the surroundings were really some not in a good condition. I could not follow these japa rules, and there are few days I could not even count three malas itself. But there are few days I could reach to 8 malas, because during my stay, I visited Mayapur for 3 days and visited Ekshakradham for 3 days. So during my stay in Ekachakradham, I was staying with all the devotees there, and I was following all these rules from rising at 3:30 and attending Mangalarati till completing the day after having prasadam in the evening. And that time I could attend at a stretch 8 malas, and that was really concentrating, and that really elevated me to a higher concentration level of doing japa. And I could really realize that my focus is really coming centralized. I mean, in front of my forehead, like what Bhagwan Sri Krishna have said, that we have to focus our mind in between our eyebrows, say, like. So that point, I could realize that there is something in that place, and some sensation was happening inside my head. So that was really like ecstasy. I mean, but yeah, that was very good. And now I mean, I could do at a stretch of 6 malas. Even yesterday night also, I came back at my home, so I did 6 malas.
Mm-hmm.
And it would take 40 to 45 minutes, 5 minutes. So over the year of 1 year, I could stretch like from 10 minutes to 45 minutes at a stretch.
Mm-hmm. Which means you can take up that vow, right? So you can maintain at least 6 rounds per day, because you have already tested something high. Whatever you do less, you may not be able to see. Okay. You can already expand yourself to do at least 6 rounds per day. At least you can think of it. I
Yes,
mean, you
yes.
don't have to tell it for anything, but yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, you want to say something?
Yes, Prabhuji. I just want to share two exercises. Actually, this lecture was also taken by Guru Maharaj in ISKCON Delhi when I was young. So I asked two exercises that how can I improve my japa and this mode of goodness also. So he told me two exercises that you do every day. So first exercise, that you sit at after 3:30, after doing all the services, you do your japa and sit and close your eyes and see Radha Sham Sundar. Just imagine, and you do japa in front of him. You close your eyes, and he told me that it increases your meditation level. Just close your eyes, Radha Sham Sundar, you increase your japa, and this exercise will increase your japa and your meditation quality. So you close your eyes, see Radha Sham Sundar or anyone, you Radha Partsarathy, and you are standing in front of him and do your mala. Always daily you do this exercise and do your japa. It increases your quality of meditation. And and you actually, that you told him that I have a problem, you just imagine this. After close your eyes, you told your problem, you increase, you after completing your japa, you told him your daily, what I will be doing this day, what services. So it increases your meditation level and it increases your japa level. And second exercise for this mode of goodness, that we don't do any bad things or what we do in the day, so it's not in the mode of passion and ignorance. So he told me that at night before sleep, just think that you are not that's also an imagination. He told me that our subconscious mind, when you do this every day, it helps us to know that what is right and what is wrong, what will we do in a right way. So he told me that before going to bed every day, just you close your eyes and imagine that you are outside yourself, and what you do daily, what you do on this day. Okay, Jayashree is doing, go to Ram and do this, and and Prabhuji is
So
doing this,
witness
and
yourself as
then
third person.
then you clarify that what you did on this day is right or wrong. Every day you do this, and with the time you see that you increase in your mantra meditation, and you realize that every day, yes, I do this wrong. Okay, the next day this will not be done.
Mhm.
So he give me, when I was in college, so he just told me in a very very easy way for a college going student, for for her life till life. So he give me two exercises. So I actually personally see there is a so much of difference. Okay, I did one Bhagavad Gita, but I today I didn't do. Okay, the next day, then he told me that subconsciousness help you, and he tells you next day, okay, Jayashree, you didn't do Bhagavad Gita reading on the before day. So he
Yeah.
told me two exercises to do every day.
Yeah, very nice. Thanks, Madhavi. Yeah. Yeah, so very happy because these are, on one side we can go with philosophy, yeah, Bhagavad Gita, we can also, mm, but I think I was also thinking how we can improve our japa and how we can achieve this simple living, yeah, as much as possible, because that is the key. The more weight we will carry, the more difficult it will become for us. Okay, thank you so much. Then wish you a nice Sunday and see us next week. पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।